Oh dear. Hi. How are you? I'm doing a pop-up video today because it's my birthday. And I wanted to come in here and celebrate it with you. And I wanted to share a couple of things that I do as rituals every single year. And I'm pretty sure I do them because I'm a therapist and just a process that I've gone through for years and years. Every time my birthday comes around, I do these things. And so thanks for joining me. If you're watching the recording, please say hi and let me know. And I want to invite you to share what your rituals are for your birthday, because I know I'm not the only one who has rituals in this group. So, I first of all love that my birthday comes at the beginning of the year. So, not only do I get the new year and the New Year's party, I also get an opportunity every year, this time of year, to reflect on my birth year. And the first time I really had a sense of reflecting and refining during my birthday was when I was 28. And I would find out years later that's called Saturn's return. I guess it takes 28 years or so for Saturn to return to the original place on your birth chart in astrology. And so when I was 28, it was right around that time that I really started questioning, like, what am I doing with my life? And I went through kind of I'll call it a quarter life crisis at the time. So it turns out that right around the time Saturn returned the first time around, I went back and got my PhD. I got a divorce from my college sweetheart. I built a house. I moved to Arizona. I had all of this stuff going on during that period. And I thought, certainly I will be prepared for my next Saturn return. But as it turns out, I don't think we're ever prepared for Saturn return. But I'm back at that place. It's 28 years later. And I'm not 56 yet, but I will just say that being in my mid-50s is something that has really created the opportunity for me to once again reflect, see how I'm doing in all the major spots in my life, and to have a lot of gratitude for how far I've come, but also to recognize what I still have left to do, what I promised to do before I incarnated, I suppose. So every year on my birthday, because I want to talk about what the rituals are. So every day on my birthday, I wake up almost at exactly the time I was born. I was born at 12:35 a.m. on January 2nd. And my mom always jokes and says that I've been late ever since. And I suppose that's true, but I really loved waking up right around the time I was born. And I still do that. I think I woke up a little bit past that last night. But anyway, I always wake up and I reflect on that first, and I send love. I send celebration, and I send just a sense of peace and security back to my newborn self. I think that's a really important thing that we can do for ourselves as we learn how to reparent ourselves, as we learn how to love every aspect of ourselves, to send that energy, that love back to the baby that we were. So I do that for sure. And then I reflect on also all of my other birthdays that I've ever had, because one of my teachers one time said that you have the gift of being every other age you've ever been in your whole life. And so I reflect on all of the other birthdays. And one that came to mind just now as I was reflecting with you is when I turned 17, my friend Chrissy Eichsenberger gave me a surprise party, which was delightful. I had no idea she was going to do that. And all of our friends came. There were probably, I don't know, 20 or 25 people there, and it was just so much fun, and we were in her basement because, in the '80s, everybody had basements where kids hung out. But, my friend Shane and my friend Brian had picked me up, and I think Shane was holding my feet and somebody else was holding my head or vice versa, and one of them dropped me almost on my head. I didn't get hurt, but it was one of those memorable experiences of like, "Oh my goodness, they really tried to do a number on me," I suppose, in that moment. So, anyway, that's the other thing that I will do is I reflect on all of my other birthdays as well, because there are so many moments I think that we forget or that we look past as we have a tendency to just always look to the future. So it is a time for me to kind of remember. And here's the other thing that I love to do. I learned this from another of my teachers. She said, on your birthday, you get to call back all of the power that you've ever given out, that you've ever let go of, that you've ever leaked out of your life. On your birthday, you can do that. And so a little while later, after I finish talking with you guys, I'm going to go and call back all of those parts of myself, all of the energy that I've expended this past year, all of the energy that I've given away that has been somehow leaked out of my system. I'm calling it all back to me because it is my energy. And I do have the opportunity to do that today. So that's another ritual that I do. And one of my favorite things that I do when I was in, I think, third grade, Mrs. Feist was my third grade English teacher, and she had a record that she would play for children's birthdays. And the record was a happy birthday song. It was a very specific happy birthday song. And I always sing that. I sing it to myself. Today is the birthday, I wonder of whom. I know it's for somebody right in this room. So look all around you and find somebody who is smiling and happy. My goodness, it's you. I remember that song and I sing it every single year to myself. And look at who has joined us. Cooper Mac just hopped in here as well. Hi, Coop. So that's another ritual that I do, I suppose. And I suppose that in some ways it just continues to link me to my childlike self, to my inner child. And that's such an important thing because I think on birthdays, as we get to be adults and we do our adult things, we sort of put away the things of childhood. We put away our memories. We put away our the fun things that we used to do. But on my birthday, I love to bring those back out. So those are some of my rituals. Now, I want to hear from you. As my birthday present, will you put in the comments, what are your rituals? What are the things that you do to celebrate your birthdays? That'll be a really wonderful way to have an ongoing conversation with us. And my other request for birthday presents, if I could, today in the House of Sheology, I would like to simply invite you to stop in here, see what's going on a couple times a week, see what we're doing over here. And say hi. Stop in, say hi. You're welcome here. This is the place for capable and smart women who are professionally accomplished, who are intuitive, who are creative, and who are just really want to make meaning and create purpose in our lives now and forevermore as well. And as for me, as I'm entering into my second Saturn return, it's hard for me to say that. It's a little bit weird to think about that, but I always have to remember who's older than me. Let's see. Gwen Stefani is older than me. Jennifer Lopez, older than me. Jennifer Aniston, older than I am. So there are a couple good women out there in the world who are older than I am, and that makes me feel happy too. I'm not the oldest one out there. And neither are you. And I think that's the biggest thing is that I think we reach a point in our lives as women where we just have to say that we're timeless, we're ageless, and we're just going to go about our lives without regard to any number that happens to be attached to our driver's license or our birth certificates. I think that's a good practice too. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me. I can't wait to be with you this year, to open up some new ideas and to explore some new possibilities this year with all of you here. So thanks a lot, and I will see you later. Bye.